I'm back again, Mrs. Mriga Chibbar, and I'm going to record this very small video on the topic substance. I told you that in the previous video, I'll be discussing these 2-3 lines and explaining them to you what exactly they mean. So, from your NCERT, first page of the chapter 2, that is matter around us pure? You see these lines on the book. A substance cannot be separated into other kinds of matter by any physical process. So I told you in the previous video that I'll be explaining these lines in a next video. So that I'm doing now. So children, a substance cannot be separated by any physical process. To explain this, I have taken this example in front of you. You can see here. Children, sodium chloride or common salt that we eat, that we put in our food every day, common salt is also known as sodium chloride, and the formula is NaCl. Here Na stands for sodium and Cl stands for chlorine. So children, sodium and chlorine, when they chemically combine, they form a bond. They form a bond with each other. So they chemically combine and now they become sodium chloride. Okay, sodium is a metal, chloride or chlorine is a non-metal. You see, sodium alone has a different property, chlorine alone has a very different property. Chlorine is a gas and sodium is a metal. So sodium, if it is alone, it has a very different property. Chlorine, if it is alone, it is a very different property. But now when they combine together, when they form a bond with each other, so they become common salt that we eat every day. So children, now this has become a substance. This is now a pure substance, a spoonful of salt. I told you a spoonful of salt is a pure substance because now it has become a compound. When sodium was alone, it was known as an element. When chlorine was alone, it is also known as an element. But now when they have combined together, they have formed a bond between them. Now they are not elements, they become compound. So compounds cannot be separated. The bond between them cannot be broken by any physical method. Now, what do you mean by physical method? Suppose you want to hammer them and separate them, you cannot do. If you want to heat and separate them, you cannot do. If you want to filter and separate them, you cannot do. So these are the physical methods of separations. So a substance cannot be separated by physical methods. Okay, but if this sodium chloride is mixed in water, now this is a substance, water is another substance. Now if you mix sodium chloride in water, that means salt in water, then you can separate them by physical methods. So now here they have not formed the bond, they are combining. Now they are combining. So in this mixture, you can separate them by physical methods. How will you separate them by physical methods? You will heat them. You will heat this mixture, and when you will heat the mixture, water will get evaporated, and what will be left behind is the salt. So separation is done. So, but you cannot separate the constituents of sodium chloride. Okay, you can separate sodium chloride with water, but you cannot separate Na from Cl because Na and Cl have been bonded with each other. I hope I am clear with this topic. Okay,